when I was meeting with Congresswoman Luna back on May 1st, frankly, I said, did you see anything unusual by studying the reports of the past? And they said,
and we've been, shown information, and I can tell you that without a doubt, I do believe.
In a stunning moment during a congressional hearing, the conversation shifted from unidentified objects in our skies to a specific threat from deep space. Representative Anna Paulina Luna voiced a chilling warning about an interstellar visitor named 3I Atlas. The object is traveling at an unbelievable 180,000 miles per hour, and a bombshell paper from Harvard scientists suggests it may not be alone. They theorize it could deploy a swarm of mini probes like dandelion seeds in the wind to observe our planet. This raises a terrifying question: are we no longer just looking at UFOs but at their source? Luna's bombshell revelation. You see, for years, the conversation about unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPS, has been stuck in a loop of grainy videos and eyewitness accounts. But that all changed in a recent congressional hearing. In a moment that sent shockwaves through the intelligence community, Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna brought up a specific object from deep space. It's called 3I Atlas, and it may be the key to understanding everything. She wasn't just speculating, she was referencing a mind-bending paper from some of the brightest minds at Harvard University's Galileo project, a group led by the famous and controversial astronomer Avi Loeb. The theory they proposed is so wild it sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but the fact that it's being discussed in Congress means we have to take it seriously. They suggested that 3I Atlas could be an extraterrestrial mothership. It could be a parent craft designed to travel between stars, unleashing an army of tiny, almost invisible probes to scout out worlds like ours. But what if the truth is far, far worse? Let's break down what we know about this mysterious visitor. 3I Atlas is only the third interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. The 3I in its name literally means the third interstellar object. It was first spotted in late 2024 by the Atlas Survey in Hawaii, and right away scientists knew it was something special. The numbers are just staggering. It's estimated to be about 650 feet long and shaped like a dark, flat pancake. But the really crazy part is its speed. 3I Atlas is screaming through our solar system at an almost incomprehensible 180,000 miles per hour. That's 50 miles per second. At that speed, you could travel from New York to Los Angeles in under a minute. This incredible velocity is one of the key reasons scientists are sure it doesn't come from around here. It has so much energy that it could only have come from another star system. The thing nobody tells you is just how close it came. In October of 2024, 3I Atlas made its closest approach to Earth. While it was still millions of miles away in cosmic terms, it was a stone's throw. And it's during this close flyby that the Harvard paper suggests the most incredible event could have happened. The scientists proposed that as the object passed near Earth, the planet's gravitational pull could have been just enough to gently peel off a swarm of tiny, lightweight probes. The paper describes them as being like dandelion seeds, designed to be scattered by the gravity of a target planet rather than being actively fired or launched. This method would be incredibly energy efficient for a craft that has traveled for perhaps millions of years across the void. These probes would be so small and light that they would be nearly impossible for our current telescopes or radar systems to detect. This theory provides a potential answer to one of the biggest questions in the UAP debate. If these objects are real, why don't we see them coming and going? If they are tiny probes scattered from a passing mothership, they wouldn't need to travel back and forth. They would already be here silently observing. The warning from Anna Paulina Luna has elevated this from a fringe theory to a national security concern. It's no longer just about mysterious lights. It's about a potential surveillance network from an unknown intelligence, deployed from a craft that has already passed us by. But this isn't the first time a visitor like this has baffled the world. Avi Loeb and the First Messenger. Many people are crazy about the idea of alien visitors, but until recently, it was all speculation. Then in 2017, everything changed. Astronomers detected the very first object confirmed to have come from another star system. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning a messenger from afar arriving first. And from the moment it appeared, it broke all the rules. Oumuamua was long and thin, shaped like a cigar, and it was tumbling end over end through our solar system. It was dark red in color, suggesting it was made of rock and metal, but it had no tail like a comet, even when it passed close to the sun. The most bizarre thing, however, was the way it moved. After it whipped around the sun, it sped up, pushing away as if something was giving it a gentle nudge. Scientists were stumped. There was no visible reason for this acceleration. Comets get a similar push from gas and dust burning off their surface, but Oumuamua had none of that. This is where Avi Loeb, the same astronomer behind the Galileo project, first made headlines. He co-authored a paper suggesting the most logical explanation for the strange acceleration was that Oumuamua wasn't a rock at all. He proposed it was an artifact of an alien civilization, perhaps a light sail, a very thin craft pushed by the pressure of starlight itself. This idea was met with a lot of skepticism from the mainstream scientific community, but no one could offer a better explanation that fit all the data. Oumuamua was a cosmic enigma that came and went, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. Now fast forward to 3I Atlas. Suddenly, Oumuamua doesn't look like a one-time freak event. It looks like the beginning of a pattern. You see, 3I Atlas shares some of the same strange characteristics. It's also dark, reflecting very little light, and it has an unusual flattened shape. While it hasn't shown the same strange acceleration as Oumuamua, its very existence as the third such visitor in just a few years suggests that our solar system might be getting these interstellar guests more often than we ever thought. This is the entire reason the Galileo project was founded at Harvard. Led by Avi Loeb, its mission is to systematically search for physical evidence of extraterrestrial technology. They're tired of blurry photos and unreliable stories. They want hard data. They are building a network of advanced telescopes and sensors to constantly scan the skies for objects that don't fit our current understanding of physics. The paper that Anna Paulina Luna referenced about 3I Atlas is a perfect example of their work. They are not waiting for proof to fall into their laps. They are actively creating hypotheses based on the strange objects we've already seen and figuring out what we should be looking for. The idea that these objects could be probes isn't just a guess. It's a logical next step if you start with the assumption that we are not alone. So how exactly would these dandelion seed probes even work? Using our atmosphere as a brake. The theory put forth by the Galileo project is as brilliant as it is terrifying, and it all comes down to a simple concept from nature: the dandelion seed. The thing nobody tells you about sending probes to another planet is that the hardest part isn't getting there. It's slowing down when you arrive. A craft traveling at tens of thousands of miles per hour can't just hit the brakes. The paper suggests an alien civilization would solve this problem with incredible elegance. Instead of using heavy and complex rockets for deceleration, the mini probes would be incredibly small and lightweight, with a large surface area, just like a parachute or a dandelion seed. They would be designed to use Earth's own atmosphere as a giant planetary-sized brake. Here's how it would work. As the mothership 3I Atlas flies past Earth, it would release the probes. These probes wouldn't even need to be launched. They could simply be peeled off by Earth's gravity. They would enter the upper atmosphere at an incredible speed. But because they are so light and have such a large surface area to mass ratio, the thin air of the upper atmosphere would be enough to slow them down dramatically. Imagine dropping a feather in a bowling ball. The feather is slowed by the air much more effectively. These probes, weighing maybe only a few milligrams, would be the ultimate cosmic feathers. They could decelerate from thousands of miles per hour to a gentle float without ever needing a single drop of fuel. What would they be made of? The theory suggests they could be tiny, flexible circuits attached to a parachute-like structure. They wouldn't need a big power source. They could draw power from the light of the sun or even harvest energy from the radio waves that our own civilization constantly beams into space. Their mission would be simple: to collect data. They could be equipped with tiny sensors to measure our atmosphere, listen to our communications, or even take pictures. At this size, we're talking about something no bigger than a grain of sand. This is what makes the idea so chilling. How would we ever find them? Our current planetary defense systems are designed to look for big things, like asteroids that could cause an extinction event. We track objects that are dozens of feet across or larger. We have absolutely no way of detecting a swarm of millimeter-sized objects entering the atmosphere. They would be too small for radar, too faint for telescopes. They would be, for all intents and purposes, invisible. They could be floating in our skies right now, collecting information, and we would be completely oblivious. This theory turns the entire UAP phenomenon on its head. The mystery may not be about big, shiny saucers, but about a silent, unseen network of tiny observers. This all sounds crazy, but what if it's true? What does it mean? Skepticism and the search for truth. So let's step back for a second and just think about this. If a member of Congress is talking about alien motherships and Harvard scientists are publishing papers on how many probes could work, we have to wonder, are we missing something? The thing is, this isn't happening in a vacuum. For the last few years, the US government has been slowly, very slowly admitting that there are things in our skies that they cannot explain. We've had Navy pilots give testimony. We've had intelligence officials confirm that the videos are real. They've stopped using the term UFO and started using UAP, but the mystery is the same. There are objects flying in our airspace that can outperform our most advanced military jets. They can accelerate instantly, make right-angle turns at impossible speeds, and move seamlessly between the air and the sea. Could the three-eye atlas theory be the missing piece of the puzzle that connects all these strange sightings? Think about it. If these UAPs are small, lightweight probes, it could explain their incredible flight characteristics. With very little mass, they wouldn't be limited by the same G-forces that a human pilot or even a heavy drone would have to endure. They could be the tiny dandelion seeds after they've slowed down in our atmosphere and are now using some unknown form of propulsion to move around and observe. It's a theory that neatly ties together the two biggest mysteries of modern astronomy and ufology: the arrival of interstellar objects and the presence of unexplained aerial phenomena. Of course, the scientific community is still largely skeptical. Many astronomers argue that there are natural explanations for these objects. They suggest Oumuamua's acceleration could have been caused by the outgassing of hydrogen from a nitrogen iceberg, something we've never seen before. They argue that 3I Atlas is most likely just a weirdly shaped interstellar comet, and they are right to be skeptical. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and right now the mothership idea is just a hypothesis, a fascinating what if. But the question remains. As we look up at the sky, are we truly alone? Or are we like fish in a bowl being watched by something we can't even see? The revelations about 3I Atlas and the warnings from people like Anna Paulina Luna force us to confront the possibility that the discovery of alien life might not happen with a big announcement from the White House lawn. It might happen silently, with the arrival of unseen observers from a distant star. Are these interstellar objects just rocks, or are they the first signs of something more? Let us know your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more answers to the universe's greatest mysteries.